I'm going to practice using the two-point ratio test. A student conducts an experiment and collects the data shown below. She proposes that speed, that's v, is proportional to mass. So her proposition is speed equals a constant times mass, or you could say speed is directly proportional to mass, or you could say the ratio is a constant. Those are the three ways to write this proposal. Alright, let's look at the data. Well, first let's read the question. It says, use the graph to determine if the hypothesis is correct. 3 points, that's a lot. I'm not just supposed to say that the graph goes through the origin, or something like that. I have to actually use data points. Okay then, let's use some data points. Take this away. The first thing I have to do is draw a best fit line. So I look at the data, I look at where the error bars are. This data is really straight. I mean, I could pretty much pass the data straight through every single, oh, look at that, straight through every single point. And it's going to be something like this. Try that again. The error bars are bigger than they need to be. That's pretty good. Pretty good best fit line. Alright then, next I choose 2 points. It's important to choose 2 points that are far apart. You know, like don't choose a point here and then another point right here. Those are way too close together. The 2 points should span at least half the graph. So maybe I'll do this point right here. That's a nice easy one to find. And I'll do this one right here. It's good to show this work. Trace down to the axis. Trace over to the y-axis. Trace down, trace over. You'll have to figure out how much each is worth. This is an easy one. That's each box is worth 1. This is going to be 37. And on the y-axis, here is 1, here is 2, here is 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 boxes makes up 1. So 1 meter per second over 5 boxes. How much is each box worth? It's 0.2 meters per second per box. So that's how you can figure it out. That means that this value is going to be 0.6, and this one is going to be 4.6, because there's 5. Okay, now time for the two-point ratio test. I say 0.1, and then I list x, comma, y. That's 4.6. 0.2, and I tell the examiner what I got. What is the point? What did I measure? Alright. Then I calculate the ratio for each of the 2 points. I do m1 over v1 is 37 over 4.6. It would be fine to do v1 over m1, and I'll do m2 over v2. That's going to be 3 over 0.6. The first is 8.0, 4, blah, blah, blah. The second is 5 exactly. So clearly they do not match. How do I get my final conclusion out? I say, because m over v is not a constant value, m and v are not directly proportional. So what are the 3 points? This would probably be 1 point. Getting these ratios for each would be a 3rd point. And this would be a 4th point, drawing the conclusion. Each one is necessary.